Although Darth Vader and Boba Fett are probably best known for their work together during the events of The Empire Strikes Back, the Legends lore repeatedly demonstrated that Boba and Vader established an important alliance in the year prior to the events of Episode 4. As we've looked at in a previous video, roughly 1 year before A New Hope, Boba Fett had the opportunity to join his fellow bounty hunters and attempt to take out Vader, but chose to instead join forces with the Sith Lord, helping him repel the ferocious attack. But this wouldn't be the only time Boba Fett had Darth Vader's back, as Legends includes another time when Boba would again create an implied alliance with Vader, this time against an assassination orchestrated from within the Empire's own ranks. Not long before the events of Episode 4, Darth Vader was on board his flagship, the Imperial Star Destroyer, the Devastator. As Vader was about to welcome Boba Fett onto the capital ship to hear his report in regards to locating the rebel fleet, the Sith Lord had a far more important understanding of the situation. The crew of his Star Destroyer were about to execute an assassination attempt against him. Vader could feel both the fear and anticipation of the perpetrators, and combined with the excessive amount of stormtroopers present as security for Boba's arrival, Vader knew the plot was about to begin. When a stormtrooper confirmed it was Captain Thrawn who ordered the overly vigorous security measures, Vader knew exactly who orchestrated the attack. Vader was more than familiar with the Imperial Captain, understanding he climbed the ranks of the Empire through his own brutality, an opportunist who dismissed any in his way. And because he knew this background, Vader was ready anytime Thrawn's ambition targeted him. As Boba Fett emerged down the landing ramp of his ship, Vader recognized exactly how the assassination would unfold. When the hangar's blast doors closed and the hangar itself underwent decompression, Vader knew Captain Thrawn was attempting to vent him and the entirety of the hangar into space. Vader realized this was Thrawn's second error, as thanks to his suit and cybernetics, decompression would be no threat to him. As Boba and his ship were vented out of the hangar, along with entire squadrons of stormtroopers, Vader realized just how desperate and fearful Captain Thrawn was. Knowing Thrawn would be watching from the command bridge, Vader, a survivor of numerous Imperial assassination attempts, decided it was best to deal with the current one ruthlessly and immediately, so as to discourage any others from attempting the same, at least in the near future. After executing the stormtroopers around him within the hangar, Vader emerged onto the hull of the Devastator, and recognized Captain Thrawn's third and probably most crucial mistake: the failure to consider the presence of Boba Fett, who would play an important role in Vader's defense. As we mentioned previously, Boba's unspoken alliance with Vader works perfectly with the Star Wars Empire comic, given the alliance that was formed there only months before Thrawn's assassination attempt on Vader, and thus, it makes sense why the captain wouldn't properly take Boba into consideration here. With Thrawn's plot then calling for the launch of TIE fighters against Vader, believing he was vulnerable on the capital ship's hull, Boba and Vader focused on dispatching the starfighters. As Vader would use his lightsaber to deflect the blaster fire of the TIEs and use the Force to literally crush them, Boba Fett destroyed all of the starfighters that remained. As we learn from Vader, he and the bounty hunter had an understanding, and thus, he would be generously compensated for adequately adapting to the situation. Having defended against the onslaught of stormtroopers and TIE fighters, there was only one task left for Vader: dealing with Captain Thrawn directly. Foolishly, Thrawn believed he still had one more way to take out Vader. With the Sith Lord on the hull of the Devastator, he was going to enter hyperspace, with the jump to lightspeed finally subduing his target. But Vader was already one step ahead of the captain, using his lightsaber to disable the Star Destroyer's hyperdrive systems. And with Thrawn trapped within the bridge, Vader was ready for his retribution. As he plunged his lightsaber into the forward viewport of the bridge, immediately ejecting Imperial officers into space, Vader made his way over to the treasonous captain. As the emergency procedures initiated, sealing the viewport and stabilizing the bridge, Vader took the time to make one last demand of Thrawn, telling him to open a communications channel to Boba Fett's ship. After Thrawn complied, Vader thanked Boba, telling the bounty hunter he was among an extremely small number of individuals in the galaxy who held his gratitude, with Boba simply thanking Vader. With that, Vader reached out with the Force to choke Captain Thrawn, ending the assassination attempt by breaking his neck and leaving Thrawn upon the bridge of the Devastator. So there we have it, how Boba Fett helped repel an Imperial assassination attempt on Vader. Thank you very much to all of the Patreon members of Star Wars Reading Club, as your support is so greatly appreciated. You can find all of our social media links and a link to our Star Wars gaming channel in the description below, for updates and even more Star Wars content. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions. Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. If not for me, for needing more of these awesome Vader shots.